good does it do for the police to lock these fellas up when the judge is going to just set a bond for them and release them? Like this guy right here, case in point, it's not the first time he's had a bond set for him and he skipped the bond and then gets locked up again, so they raise the amount up higher. Does it again. They raise it up to $100,000. He's made plans on the phone. That's how bright he is. Jailhouse phone. He made plans over the phone that he's going to run again. But they keep raising his bond higher and higher. Why not realize some of these fellas just ain't going to come back to court? And especially the charges they've got against them. So just don't give them a bond. Deny them a bond until they go to court. And then if they're found guilty, go ahead, give them the time served for the time they was in the county jail or whatever, and then go ahead and send them to prison. I mean, why is the justice system this lenient? Are they afraid that they're going to be called racist, that they're stereotyping bad white people? I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. I really don't know. But this story right here is a case in point of why some people just should not get a bond and be able to get out. They're not responsible. They don't care about nobody. They don't care about nothing. And it's like this, I think it was a woman on here that made a comment, or it might be the man. $100,000 to a drug dealer ain't nothing. Some of them, it ain't nothing. And they can throw that money around like it ain't nothing. Get their fellow friend out, and then they're going to commit worse and worse crimes. Check this out.
That's just the flaw. There's just a flaw with cash bail fundamentally.
A Milwaukee homicide suspect arrested 3 times by U.S. Marshals posts more than $100,000 cash bail. But a Waukesha judge says not so fast.
That's our big story at 5. One of Wisconsin's most wanted fugitives is out of the Milwaukee County Jail again, and somebody ponied up 6 figures to get him out.
But he didn't get very far, at least not yet. Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson live outside the Milwaukee County Jail, where phone calls tip prosecutors off to a homicide suspect's plan to flee the state again. Right, Brian?
Yeah, Ted and Mary, Kenneth Twyman had been here in the Milwaukee County Jail since July 6th. That's when U.S. Marshals had picked him up for the 3rd time in 4 years. Now, just late last week, someone ponied up more than $100,000 cash to set him free again. But first, he had to take care of a couple of warrants in Waukesha.
Where is all this money coming from?
If you think higher cash bail is supposed to protect the public from the most dangerous criminal defendants, it has done little to deter Kenneth Twyman.
This is somewhat odd. I have somebody who qualifies for public defender representation, but is literally sitting on $125,000 worth of cash.
U.S. Marshals have arrested him 3 separate times, the most recent on a warrant for homicide.
We were hoping that he would stay in there until his trial date.
Each time judges set higher cash bail, each time he posts it and disappears.
He doesn't just flee and not come back to court. He flees the jurisdiction. He flees the state of Wisconsin.
Family members of the man Twyman is accused of killing asked us not to show their faces or use their names.
It's very hard for us to deal with.
But they were incensed when they heard late last week that someone posted more than $100,000 cash on Twyman's behalf, and the Milwaukee County Jail released him again.
$100,000 to drug dealers is no money. They have that stashed away in the refrigerator in a rubber band.
Before Twyman could go free, deputies transferred him to the Waukesha County Jail to settle a pair of warrants. And on Monday, prosecutors revealed that jailhouse phone calls tipped them off to Twyman's intentions of heading to California or Las Vegas.
Planning to flee the state the second he gets out.
So Waukesha County Court Commissioner David Herring upped the ante again, setting a new bail of $200,000 cash, keeping one of Wisconsin's most wanted in jail for now. If he gets out, gets this $200,000, do you think there's any chance he's going to show up for his trial?
No, he will never. He will never.
Now, if you're wondering where Kenneth Twyman got more than $100,000 to get out of the Milwaukee County Jail here. We were wondering the same thing. Coming up on Fox 6 News at 6, we're going to show you where that money came from and why one state lawmaker says this is a prime example of the need for bail reform in Wisconsin. Outside the Milwaukee County Jail, Brian Polson, Fox 6 investigators.
That's certainly the question everybody's wondering right now. Interested to hear the answer. Brian, thanks.
This ain't this guy's first rodeo skipping bond or running when he was out on bond. And even this time, when he posted $100,000 cash bond, which I guess that might have been his school savings for college he used, instead of the judge saying, look, it's a flight risk right here, we're just not going to give him a bond. What did they do? They raised it up to $200,000. I mean, Lord have mercy. You know, I ain't no rocket scientist, but I'm smart enough to know fella ain't coming back if he ever gets out. No, he's not. So you're making it harder on the police officers out there. They risk their lives, lock these fellas up, and to make the streets safer for people. And these crooked judges just turn right around, set them a bond, and let them out. Don't make sense whatsoever. It don't make a lick of sense at all. Well, anyhow, I hope y'all got something out of this video, and speak out about it. You know, speak to someone. I talked to the radio station and the television station down here, and I make complaints and ask why come they don't do stories about stuff like this. Of course, I haven't got nowhere with them, but speak to your local representatives or whatever. Something has got to be done about this. The fellas are just out of control, and nobody seems to want to do anything about it. All right, I'll catch y'all next time on the Chicken Bone News Network. Pop, pop, pop.
Remarkable. Remarkable. I says remarkable. Remarkable.